Hey guys, Foxdrop here with a video on 5 tips that you can use to get less toxic teammates when you're playing League. No one likes to be on a team where people are just flaming them, and no one likes to lose LP because their teammates have been massive knobheads. Communication on the internet is always a muddy area, and believe it or not, even if you don't intend to do this, there are probably a few things that you're doing that might contribute to a negative team atmosphere, which is something that toxicity really broods in. Now, I'm not saying that you are the reason why your teammates are toxic, of course. I'm just saying, there are little things we can be doing, and in this video we're going to take a look at 5 of those things. Don't forget as well, guys, if you do like this video, you can leave that cheeky thumbs up, or of course leave the thumbs down if you don't like it, and if you're not already, do subscribe so we have more members of our lovely Foxy family. But anyway, let's get on with the video. Number 1. Never address your teammates directly or individually. Don't call them out by their name. Never say someone's name individually. For example, never say something like, yo, Siva, start grouping up, or Wukong, stop overextending without wards, or something like that. Instead of addressing these people directly, instead if you say something like we, so say like, we should be grouping up more, or we should be careful about pushing out without wards. If you phrase it that way, then the person that you're talking about will know that you're talking about them, but they won't take it in such a confrontational way. Considering this whole concept of elo hell is so rampant in solo queue, you can understand that it's really hard to accept your own mistakes and your own shortcomings. So the less you can directly address someone, the less confrontational your choice of language is, the better it will be overall. Number 2. This one should be really bloody obvious, but never say something after a bad play. After someone's made a mistake, just don't say anything, just don't, don't leave one of those passive aggressive question marks. Just don't say something like this cannon. Everyone makes mistakes, no matter how good that person is at the game, no matter how dumb the mistake is. People fuck up, it happens. I mean, the very existence of my older brother is a pretty big testament to that. At the end of the day, you are a team and you're working together to beat the enemy team. Just don't say anything that will jeopardize that. Number 3, you have to swallow your pride. You have to swallow your ego. Specifically, don't argue with your teammates. Don't stick up for yourself if they start flaming you. I know it can be extremely tempting to just try and put that little dickhead in his place, but trust me, it's never worth it. The thing is, if someone is in a state of mind where they're just going to be arguing with everyone and blaming everyone despite what's actually happening, that person is probably not going to be in a state of mind where you can like argue back and have anything positive come out of it. Oh, it can be tough to be the bigger man or the bigger woman when some internet knobhead is just ragging on you. What I'll do, and this is what you should do as well, is to liberally use that mute function. Like, you won't be hindering yourself by muting that player, so just mute them. And that is the best way for you to win more games if you think people are going to get under your skin, and if you can't stop yourself from like arguing back with these people and creating an even more toxic environment. Number 4, most people aren't looking for feedback or aren't looking for debates on the optimal team strategy in that team chat. To be honest, most of the time it's just going to fall on deaf ears. You have to accept that in some games, talking about the game, talking about strategies and stuff, it's really just not worth it. As weird as it sounds to think that what is the point of having the chat box if you're not going to use it to talk about the game, honestly, you just have those games where there's just absolutely no point. You can say something like, well, this team is disorganized, it needs a strategist, it needs a shot caller. No, it doesn't. A lot of the time in solo queue, all the team needs, especially if these people are, borderline going on tilt, is for people to shut the fuck up and just play the game. 5. At any given opportunity, you should just go overboard with positivity in the chat. You should just use endless amounts of good jobs or well played, that kind of stuff. Say you've got a laner who's having a really hard time in his lane and he's like 30 CS down and then he dies 1v1. If your laner was to say something in the chat and just be like, oh my goodness, this guy is so OP, then just say something back to him. Say something like, yeah, he's really hard to play against, but you're doing really well, just keep it up and I'll try to come help you later. Even if the enemy isn't OP, even if he's actually doing terribly, even if you have no intention to come and help him later at all, just say these things because, the positivity goes a long way. Don't be afraid to go out there, just suck your team's dick a little bit and, just make everything a little more pleasant. But anyway, that's all I want to say for this video, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave me that cheeky thumbs up. You can subscribe to me for more educational League content with a bit of entertaining stuff on the side as well. You can find me on Facebook, on Twitter, and catch me streaming at twitch.tv/Foxdrop. All those links are down below in the description, boys and girls. Most importantly, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. and I will see you in my next video.